Hey people, it is Saturday, January the 20th. The time is 4:05 in the afternoon. It's currently minus 9 Celsius, feeling more like minus 15 Celsius with the wind chill. And I am at the corner of Dundas Street East and Parliament Street. I just came out of the Freshco store there on the corner. And I was hoping to buy some of the Vector cereal that I like, and unfortunately it was all sold out since they have a sale on right now for Vector cereal. So that means I'm forced to go to another grocery store to try and get some. But I know that the Metro store that I often go to close to my place is also sold out of Vector cereal. And the Loblaws store has it at a price which I'm not so keen on paying. So that means I'm forced to try a couple of other grocery stores that I rarely go to because I consider them to be the worst grocery stores in the neighborhood, but it looks like I have no choice. So I'm going to take a walk up to the Food Basics on Wellesley Street East in the St. Jamestown neighborhood, and we'll see if I can have any luck finding the Vector cereal there. And if not there, I'll have to try the No Frills on Parliament Street in Cabbagetown, which I also can't stand. Those are my two least favorite grocery stores that I avoid at all costs. And it looks like I'll have to go to at least one of them. So I thought I'd take a walk along this alleyway here instead of taking Dundas Street. And there's another alley that I can take north up as far as Gerrard or so. And then I'll take Sherbourne Street the rest of the way up to Wellesley. And I should mention that the Freshco on Sherbourne Street that I often go to is also all sold out of Vector due to that sale they have on right now. So this is a quest for Vector today. I haven't been to the Food Basics in over 10 years. That's how much I dislike it. And the reasons why are just because it's just a unpleasant shopping environment. It's old and dingy and crowded and poorly laid out, narrow aisles, grumpy looking staff, a bit of a chaotic atmosphere, long lineups. You know the drill. And the same can be said for the No Frills also on Parliament Street. And unfortunately, she's having a terrible time at the moment. What the heck is this guy doing? I've walked through these alleys before in warmer conditions. They can sometimes have some characters hanging out in them, as we saw earlier, or people in distress. But I thought on a cold day like this, there wouldn't be much going on. Trying not to get my bulky gloves in the shot here. I'm wearing a big, thick, extra bulky, warm gloves to hold the camera. And I find they keep drifting up close to the lens here as I'm walking along. Here we have more characters hanging out in the alley. Let's keep the camera down low here. I figured it was safer to just sort of hold the camera down low out of view as I walk past. Some of these people don't take too kindly to being on a video. I don't see how this is a fun place to hang out on a cold winter day. So we're heading north parallel to Sherbourne Street, which is just on the other side of these buildings here to the west. I think this is the last of the really cold days. Tomorrow it's expected to get up to a more seasonal -2. And then by the weekend it's supposed to go back up into the plus again. The above zero temperatures, which I'm looking forward to. And that was Oskiaunton Lane. Or Oskinaunton Lane, I should say. We were just walking along. And it does continue on here. This is Gerrard Street. But I think I will just head over to Sherbourne and we'll walk north along there. There's the Allen Gardens. And I live just right over there. Just a few minutes walk away. And some more tents have reappeared here since my last walk just a few days ago. That was one of the coldest days of the coldest, I would say, the day of the entire winter so far on Wednesday. And there were fewer tents and some have reappeared. Although it's not much warmer right now than it was then. But that was also at 6 o'clock in the morning. On the positive side, though, at least I do have many options of grocery stores to go to in my area. Even if some of them are mostly avoided, at least they're there if I need them, such as right now. Carlton Street. Always like this church here, St. Luke's United Church. Has a very nice castle kind of look to it. Looks like this old building is all boarded up and abandoned right now, this old apartment building here. There's a proposal to redevelop this site. And strangely enough, they'll be preserving the facade of the old apartment building as part of the new tower. Of course, the sign is completely destroyed right now, but it's a tall residential tower proposed that will also include the neighboring building. And they'll both be partially preserved as part of that development. This one seems to be in much better shape. There's the Phoenix Concert Theater, long-standing live music venue. I've seen a few bands there. I think there was a proposal to redevelop that site as well. Yes, including this old low-rise office building. You can see the notice across the street, another tall tower. It'd be a shame to lose the concert theater, as much as new housing is needed, and as much as I love tall buildings. I wonder if there's any way we can keep the Phoenix Concert Theater and incorporate it into the development. And we're almost at Wellesley, so we're close to the food basics. Let's see how it looks after more than 10 years. Maybe it's improved. For all I know, it's not so bad right now. And I've been avoiding it for nothing all these years.
Northbound towards South Drive.
75 Sherbourne bus. All right, so here's Wellesley Street. So we're going to head east. St. Jamestown right here with all the apartment towers. The grocery store is actually at the base of one of the apartment buildings. Roti. Trying to get my runny nose under control here. I'm about to head inside. Looks the same on the outside. Let's see how it looks on the inside. Southdown Ontario Street. I don't know why I'm waiting here. There's no cars coming. Let's just go. It's turning green anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to keep recording inside. Maybe I'll have to hold the camera low again. I think there's a security guy in here. Well, okay, it's not too busy right now. My least favorite things was how crowded and chaotic it always was. It doesn't seem to be the case right now. And here's the serial, but do I see any vector? I'm trying to talk over this copyright music here, blurring directly down on me. Okay, so here's a small box of vector for $6.49. Okay, so I'm gonna investigate, and I'll be back in a flash, and we'll continue after I've either decided to get this or decided to go to the No Frills. So I'll be back in a flash. All right, I'm heading out of the Food Basics. So they only had the smaller size box for $6.49. They didn't have any of the larger jumbo size boxes, which is what I prefer to get. You get the best deal at that size. So I'm gonna hope that the No Frills on Parliament Street has the larger size. And I think both Food Basics and No Frills have it at the same price. $10.49 for the jumbo size. So if I get to the Food Basics and they're completely sold out, I will have no choice but to come back here, or if I get to the No Frills, I should say, and find that they're completely sold out, I'll have no choice but to come back here to the Food Basics and get that smaller size box. The things I do for my Vector cereal. So now we're walking east along Wellesley still. We're going to head to Parliament and then just south down Parliament to the No Frills. St. Jamestown. And I noticed these in a recent live stream all boarded up. Let's hope that something good comes to this beautiful old row of heritage homes here.
Go ahead.
Here's Parliament Street. And I think it's just a few blocks south. There's also a Shoppers Drug Mart down here, actually, that might have Vector. So if the No Frills is completely sold out, I'll check the Shoppers before I head back to the Food Basics. I don't know why this old row of homes is behind this hoarding here right now. It was the Menagerie Pet Store. Is it closed down now? Seems to be. They had that big lizard sitting up on top of right there. It was always kind of a neat thing to take note of every time I walk past. Old Cabbagetown. The nicest residential neighborhood on the east side of downtown. And I have to admit, when I was inside the Food Basics, it didn't seem so bad this time. Although, as I mentioned, it wasn't very busy. I just happened to go in at a good time of day, I suppose. And there's some light flurries coming down. I saw that in the forecast, but hadn't started materializing, and I thought maybe it wasn't going to happen. Let's look down Carlton Street. Just walk past the Shoppers. And here's the No Frills. All right. So I'll head in. There we go. Let's see. I have been in this one quite a bit more than the Food Basics. Maybe once a year or so I come into this No Frills, and then I quickly remind myself that I should probably not have come and that I won't come back. But eventually I do come back. Oh, here's the cereal straight ahead. Now, do I see any Vector? I don't even see Vector here. It's listed on their website because I definitely looked at it. Maybe they're just all sold out. This is hard stuff to get today for some reason. Hey, is there any Vector cereal? Or is it all sold out?
Cereal?
The Vector.
Yes, the cereal they sell.
Yeah, I don't see any Vector cereal. I guess there is none right now. No. Well, I don't see it. And she had no clue what I was talking about. You know, Vector, you know, cereal. Let me do another sweep here. I definitely don't see it. So I think I'm going to have to take a peek in the Shoppers store up the street. Unless there's another spot where they keep the Vector, a secret spot. Doesn't seem to be the case. Well, since I'm here, I'm going to just take a look around and see if there's anything else I can grab at No Frills. So I'm going to pause the video again, and I'll be back once again in another flash. Well, no luck. The Vector is nowhere to be found. So here I am now back on Parliament Street heading north again. Or heading back north now, and I'm going to take a look inside the Shoppers. And if they have Vector at a better price than Food Basics, I'll grab some. If not, I'm going to head back to the Food Basics. I probably won't record walking back to the Food Basics though. Well, here's the Shoppers right here. I almost walked right past it. All right, so I'm not even sure if they have cereal at this location. I know the Yonge and Dundas location that I usually go to has it. Doesn't look like they have it here. They don't have much of a grocery section in this store. This is not as well stocked as the Yonge and Dundas store. Well, that's a no. Back out I go. So what I'll do is I'll walk west along Carlton Street so I don't repeat walking along Parliament. So I'm going to make my way back to the food basics. I'll just take a slightly different route to head back there.
Stones and throw them. I do this for a living. Like, exactly. It's my job. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. No problem. Have a good one.
That guy can lift 200-pound stones and throw them. I would like to see that. Maybe pick them up and drop them? I don't know about throw them. Here's Ontario Street. I'll walk north up Ontario Street. It leads directly to the food basics. Well, all in all, I will end up with some Vector. A smaller box, paying a slightly higher price point than I was planning, but it's better than no Vector at all. Yeah, we get a look at these very nice residential streets tucked in here. This is the west side of Cabbagetown. And it's starting to get dark. It's a great old school building. Winchester Public School. They don't make them like that anymore. And just up ahead is Wellesley Street again. This almost looks like an old motel or something, but I think it's another school, maybe? It's also Winchester Street Public School. I guess it's part of that other school building we saw, junior and senior. There's like an old wing and a newer wing, I guess. And we're just about back at the food basics. So I'm going to start to wrap up the video. So in the end, as I mentioned, I will be getting my Vector. So I consider this a success of sorts. So I hope you enjoyed my quest today. Jumping from grocery store to grocery store around the east side of downtown, including going into my two least favorite grocery stores that I tend to avoid, especially this Food Basics here. But in the end, it's the one that's getting me what I need. So thank you, Food Basics, for having Vector in stock right now. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd prefer to support the channel that way. And you can also become a channel member. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back. And thank you to the channel members also. And as always, I will continue.